They don't get any cavalry. They just get these little dudes running around all over the place.
So maybe the thing that he knows is that he leans on them too heavy, so he needed to restrict himself from ever using them again.
He's removed them as a
Yeah,
possibility.
I
Yeah.
can't build them if I don't have them. These big brain moves.
That's smart thinking. Yeah, love to see the Aztecs. They don't come out too often, at least as far as I can tell right now. But they're very strong. I think they were banned like across the board in the last Red Bull Wolo last month. Just like permanently banned in every game.
Nobody wants to deal with those Eagle Warriors, huh? Compared to Yucatan, very interesting sparsity of trees here.
Yeah, Yucatan definitely feels much more closed in than this. Much more, I guess, wallable. Something Bees Get Degrees does seem to lean on a little bit more with those choke points. I mean, squeekyg, he'll just like drop stone walls all over the place. Although he's now playing the Goths, again, maybe just removing that temptation entirely.
Exactly, yeah. Can't castle drop if I can't stonewall in my opponent first.
Exactly. These spawn positions just are giving each player a free lake each.
Yeah.
As well, that's pretty strong if they choose to move into that.
I do like that, and I think that's why whenever there is water, I try to exploit it, because I find that when I'm aging up, if you have 3 docks going, you're essentially making 3, arguably only food making, but 3 villagers during that idle time.
Absolutely. If you can balance the extra need for wood that water play like needs, which is kind of hard to do if you're not experienced with it, then just fishing ships are an extremely good early game move. You're just basically doubling or tripling your economy production.
And if you can make it past that initial cost of wood, correct me if I'm wrong, I think fishing traps are the most efficient form of farming.
Yeah, I believe I have heard that.
Yeah,
they're better than farms on wood costs to reseed.
Yeah, I don't think they're better in terms of speed, so you have to make more of them. But in terms of wood cost and overall just like controllability with this map in particular, because it is in the back, like a good investment, or at least one worth considering.
Absolutely. I don't know that we're going to see that this game. We have pretty standard 10 villagers on food, 4 on wood for bees, and 10-1 for squeekyg. Okay, we got a couple of builders in action right now. Enough buildings for feudal age for our player on the right.
And tied on that villager, so that's nice.
Fight on the vills. No scouts lost yet. Chopping those stragglers while we get the lumber camp up. And blue has... I want to say unfortunately had to move over to the berries already. I don't know. I think their gather rate's a little bit slower.
Yeah, I think deer have a faster gather rate. I think the difficulty is trying to balance that and proximity.
Yeah,
especially when you're a newer player. You know what though? As far as newer players go, it doesn't. As these games have progressed, it's felt like they've both learned and adjusted accordingly, like learned relatively fast.
Absolutely. Now, keep in mind, when this game was being played, this series, Bees is obviously on Central Time. squeekyg is West Coast, Pacific, but they kept progressively getting longer and continuing on, and it was kind of a late start anyways. Bees very chill with the late night stuff, which I appreciate, but you know, at this point it's like, I don't know, 2-3 a.m. for this guy, so time zone diff may be significant. I don't know.
That said, for sure.
squeekyg's been sipping on the wine throughout this whole thing, so it could balance out. But a couple of farms in the Dark Age. Generally, I think you do want to just avoid farms until you can get Horse Collar out at least. But if you've got the wood for it, fine. Get up to that feudal as soon as you can.
Yeah, and I don't know enough about the Aztecs to know about how that bonus fits in, because I know for some, like the Khmer, because they don't need to return back to the mill to drop off food,
Yeah.
it's usually a little bit easier to drop farms faster and then not even worry about it. So you're only worried about that first refresh of the farm. That's before you want to have horse color in there.
Okay.
But for other more wood-intensive civilizations, it might be worth waiting for that horse color.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the Aztecs. Let me pull up that card again. Okay, Dark Age Militia Rush. Apparently, that's a strategy from the wiki. I guess that's cool. Thanks, card.
Thanks.
I guess it's gonna be melee infantry. Yeah, with the Garland Wars, that makes sense. At least that's the Civ's general meta strength. I've seen Aztec archers around. They're pretty strong. But obviously, a lot more down to the player preference and style in these matchups. So looking forward to that. Obviously, as well, the Goths. I don't think we're gonna get too many surprises. I think we pretty much can predict how this is gonna go for the Goths. Not so great on the siege, but Rams are an option as well. Clearly, squeekyg not really minding the capped ram, siege ram upgrades. So, you do have a dog
Also,
for red. Go ahead.
Very interesting on the use of raiding units, because I think it's thus far just been infantry, right?
For which?
For both. Like, I don't think we've seen cavalry archers. We did see the scout cavalry from Bees Get Degrees, but there wasn't any kind of...
there was some, in the first game, some scout cav raiding from squeekyg that worked pretty effectively as well.
Picked off a couple of villagers. Gotcha, okay.
I mean, it's mostly just throwaway, but he got a couple of picks.
Sure.
But yeah, no like heavy knight plays from either of these players yet. And we have palisade walls in the middle of the map right now. He's going to cut this map in half. I already know it.
Right in half. Look at him go. Interesting that the walling is still going on, though, because I think Bees is walling off that lower half.
Yeah, okay, I mean, he's going for these choke points again. I love these choke point like buildings. This is great.
Yeah.
As long as you know there's no gaps.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, it gives you vision, right? You hope there's not a gap, but we'll see.
I can... Oh, okay. The grid goes behind. Okay. Also, there is a gap, but...
Oh, no. Not like this.
So, a couple of militia coming out. These Aztec militia will do work. These Civs are very
the
far
Aztecs.
apart.
All military units created 11% faster. It's not...
Okay.
Not as good as some bonuses, but that's really not bad because it's all military units, so you can rotate pretty quick.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a low elo buff, I feel like, in a lot of ways, because people just don't build as many production buildings either.
Right, and that way you don't have to hyper specialize in something. That monks gaining 5 HP for every research monastery tech is interesting, because I don't think we've seen monks from either of these players. And
love that.
Yeah, I'm arguably very bad at monks, but it would be interesting to see that if it comes out this game.
Yeah, I mean, the monk sounds from the enemy are pretty scary if you hear them too. They're like, they really get you.
Nice. If I've got knights out, they're scary. If I've got trash out, meh.
Who cares?
Take my spearman. He's
take
cool.
my skirmisher.
Yeah,
use all your faith.
All yours, bud. You need one? Go ahead, have another one.
Oh man, that is a good point. Okay, so the dog is working for red, and he has some very solid. That one just dried up. Very good deep fish spawns. This one, I guess you could dock down here, and it would be really good with this double. Some house walls for our red player too. Realizing the Gothic palisades might not hold back the full wrath of the Aztecs.
I mean, still going for the attempt though. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
19 villagers on wood, and it's all going into those palisades.
All going into the palisade wall.
No, we've got fishing eco coming up. We got more fishing ships.
There you go.
This is some good balance right now, I think.
But what are you gonna do though if you have no wood because you have to build those walls?
You're just gonna stop the fishing ship production. I don't know. Just
yeah.
You got to do anything to keep those walls going up.
That's where it's dangerous to lean on that shift button for unit production, because when you got 15 in queue, you're just like, where's all my wood, man?
Yeah, where's all my wood? I had plans for that wood.
Right, yeah, I was going to use that. It looked good 5 seconds ago.
I can already see Bees Get Degrees drawing a circle around his base right now, and I love it. And
he's
locking it in
tight
with the palisade just to make sure there's no holes.
Yup.
He's been burned one too many times.
And
he's gonna get burned again if if I'm not wrong about that one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see though, because of the positioning of those upper palisade walls. Really depends upon where the action happens, because I guess there's not really going to be a reason for anybody to try and run south and then run north unless somebody deletes a wall.
True. Okay, these walls are getting a little bit funny. He's gonna go all the way up here on the enemy side.
He's just kind of... It's got a very Manifest Destiny thing going on right now.
Manifest Destiny. And taking the second pond. And the third pond. Okay.
And the third pond. Yeah, I told you, it's his Manifest Destiny.
Spread it out.
He's just going for it.
Get that eco, man. 46-31, it's not enough.
And now he's splitting his wood resource between fish and houses. And what's he going to do?
Yeah, we got to finish this wall soon.
Got an invade coming in from bees? Okay.
All right, moving out. I'm going to find these walls.
Find out about that wall real quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I think he already knew about that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe scouted just this one. Not the entire rest of it, though.
Gonna be disappointed when he
guess.
Yep.
Oh, squeekyg dodging, ducking and dodging.
Dodging, yeah.
He's gonna come back for that one later, unless. Okay.
Good call on getting the
just for the vision.
Yeah, I love it. Is he one off?
Wait.
He's one off. There it is.
All right.
Wow.
And there it is. Okay. B's 16 military to 5 from red still, so does have an advantage if he chooses to push right now.
Yeah,
I would say. Although the upgrades, squeekyg has been much more consistent with getting those.
Specifically the eco ones for sure. Looks like they're a little bit tied now. Horse color for bees, but not for squeaky.
Yeah, squeekyg though, just completely saying, he's looking at the farms and he says, "No, I don't want them.
Yep, don't need them. Give me the
We're
boats.
eating fish tonight. It's sushi
That's
night."
right. And tomorrow.
And every day after that.
And every day after that.
Villager goes down, so now these walls don't matter.
But we'll see what he does with it, because I think one of the things that if I know where something is and I can attack it, those are on stand ground too, huh?
Might be.
You know, why push forward when I can attack what's in front of me right now?
True. I guess having stance information here would probably be too much to ask. I bet the replay doesn't even record that.
Yeah, probably not. But I'm guessing just because they didn't attack the building.
Yeah, probably. Somebody's just going to stand ground up there and make sure that nothing sneaky comes out.
Through. Absolutely.
Well,
found that scout, though.
Okay, we have infantry coming out for red. Found the scout. It's going down. Fishing ships coming up. Bloodlines for the Goths. It's an expensive upgrade to take for just some scout cav, I guess.
He does like that rush, though, like you pointed out.
Yeah, okay, now blue is going to make sure that this entire thing is actually walled. And I think that goes all the way to the corner. I think.
I mean,
there's like a 40% chance there's a hole there. Oh, man.
Oh, that's great.
We have another villager coming up, too. Just to make sure everything's locked down for Red's point of view. Okay. Yeah, I haven't even felt like fast forwarding this. It's so late, but I'm into it.
I'm into it as well. This is very good.
Just a little fishing
Kind of goes
trap.
back to that that growth of character, right? Like you can see them making decisions based on what they experienced the last game.
Absolutely. A lot of spears for both players. I think there was a lot of scout cav, at least in the first game, so that makes some sense.
Yeah, expecting that scout cav again.
Yeah, we have it. They love it. They both
He's
love scout
pushing
cav.
through. Wow, look at him go.
Yeah, Blue knows when to strike, and he's about to get that Castle Age too. I may be waiting until Castle Age upgrades, but that would be a long ways off. And he's got the advantage right now, so just go for it.
Well, and it does look like he took him off of stand ground, so he is stancing.
Okay. Red Army is going to come down.
And he's just picking off production as it happens. Wow, good job.
Yeah, that's good camping right there on the production. The sandwich and the defender's advantage here, though. I think Blue might still win this because he has range. Yeah.
Yeah, those archers doing work.
That's great.
Wow, great death ball.
Okay, it's close. It's a close trade, but
what are the upgrades? It looks like upgrades on.
We do have attack and defense for both. No archer armor. Yeah, here comes the archer pierce. I mean, squeekyg is like now 10 minutes late to the Gothic Castle Age, in my opinion, but he's got the walls up, at least partially.
And he does have a lot of stone. 7 on stone, boy. Probably just going to seed it with castles.
Hey, yeah, I mean, I assume that's for castles. We got some more barracks up here. Need that production. The tower's denied.
Yep. At least for now.
Okay, but now we... Oh, that was the stone. Okay. I mean, it's fine. You don't need that stone, squeekyg. He's doing you a favor.
He's trying to save you from yourself.
Okay, the reinforcements are here for red. It's not going to be enough to take a fight, but it might push blue back.
Boy, that is some serious food production for Squeaky.
Oh,
though. Look at that.
Look at these. That's a lot of blue units. Okay, squeekyg 29. Can we get... Is there like a food per minute stat, at least like in here? Economy? Food? I mean, there's food gathered, so huge.
Wow, that's way tighter than I thought.
Actually, yeah. Okay. I think it's the farms versus no farms.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? Probably
like you've committed a lot more vills here to farming.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And these guys, as they get further out, they become a little bit less efficient.
Sure.
But early game, it's a nice boost. Okay, blue is just really able to mass this here. I think the Aztec production speed bonus is really doing work.
And he's putting up his own tower to harass and just suppress. That's awesome.
Okay, that's kind of a pro move. The forward tower after taking a fight is definitely a way to control the game.
That's pretty aggro. I'm into that. Now we have seen the Rams, so what's going on? Are we gonna
We've seen a lot of Rams.
We've seen a lot of Rams. None yet.
These get degrees in Castle Age. Probably going to go for
castle now.
Two-handed swordsman upgrade. We'll see if the Goths can hold until their bonuses kick in. If squeekyg knows about them. Huskarls into this would be really good.
Everybody on stand ground still, though. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, he does. He does put them all on stand ground. Wow, okay. Wonder, I guess just so that you can like control them more.
Yeah, that would be my guess, just so they don't go wandering off and then you gotta go find them again.
Interesting. But yeah, it means that if they don't get right-clicked onto something, they're not going to attack it. Defensive towers, a line. We've got a trench line of defensive towers down for the Goths.
Well,
he knows he
doesn't
needs
have
to
stone
hold.
walls, so we had to switch to stone tower.
Also not too good, by the way. I'm pretty sure that you can't even upgrade these to guard tower.
Oh, really? Oh, rough.
Yeah. These buildings...
Interesting leaving up that stable. I wonder if it's just because there was no production out of it?
Huh. Yeah, it seems like he's a little bit undirected right now. I'd like to see just running past these.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's good to take them out.
Probably a pretty powerful aversion.
That's true as well. You don't want to run
when
into
you got those slow units. Yeah, exactly.
Second town center for blue. First, second TC of the game. Okay.
Very nice.
I
And
like to
actually
see that.
beat red to it. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen red drop second TC early much more often. And here's the forward Goth Castle.
Is that a second tower for bees? I think it is.
Yep, another tower just gonna leapfrog our way in there.
A little interesting on the placement, though. Like, I can see why he wants to put it forward, but it's not really covering anything.
Yeah.
Boy, that castle. Oof, that's going to be a problem.
That's a huge castle.
Yeah.
That was like in a pretty early, like right when you hit castle age, time for the castle too. Good play.
Yeah. He did blow all that stone, so now everybody's going back to go get more of it, and that
right.
makes sense.
All these watchtowers. Probably worth it though, worthy investment. Yeah. Blue going to go explore the rest of this map. He hasn't been allowed to explore yet. That's great. Probably gonna find a dock up here if he goes far enough, but not pushing the advantage really that he had. I don't know. Maybe just he didn't read the advantage. Like we have God vision, so we know.
Yeah.
Huge military difference there, but now red definitely looks like favorite for this fight if he takes all the military into it.
And kind of an interesting place to be too, because this is where you do want stand ground, because otherwise he's just going to kite things under that castle.
That's true. Yeah, stand ground in this position is pretty good.
Is that just outside?
Just out of the range. Okay. Yeah, villager difference. Wow, squeekyg is just, I think, showing a little bit of RTS practice and experience with just keeping up the villager production throughout the game. The second town center, if he pays attention to it, yeah, it's going now, will make that up. And obviously it's the fishing ships as well, which, if you don't go into fish traps soon, are going to just lose their value completely.
Kind of interesting too, harkening back to some of the earlier games with myself and The Verge. The Verge having 5 or 6 town centers and then just not producing villagers regularly out of them, kind of really, biting them in the butt come end game. This is really paying benefits to Bees to get degrees right now, having that second town center, but Squeaky has really been on top of consistent villager production.
100%. He's still got it going. I mean, we haven't really seen...
There's the Ram. They're back, man. The Ram Ranch is
Rams
coming.
are back. And we've got more in the queue, boys. Oh.
You don't have enough wood. You don't have enough gold, lad.
Where's the next... Okay, there's plenty of backwood in case he needs to feed the Rams.
I mean, I guess he's just going to hope it doesn't go way up there.
We got this one protected by the castle. I mean, obviously, Bees is just going to wait now until he can attack the castle with something.
It does look like he's getting a couple more upgrades, but it's not pikemen.
Forward vills, probably for siege workshops. Maybe just more towers, I don't know.
Yeah, good question.
Now, these Rams, I mean, there's like, besides like the meta game of this set, there's a reason to build these, the watchtowers.
Just that damage soak for the infantry.
That too.
Here
we go.
Boy, that's it.
Huskarl count, give it to me. Okay, we have them in here. The range negated. And that's a sweep for red.
Yeah.
These towers are going to go down.
Wow, that's one of those things that you just look at and go, oh, how do I survive this?
Yeah, 2763 on the military. Backup castle now.
Okay.
And, like, I'm kind of wondering now, like... Okay, we are going into fish traps.
Yep, fish traps is the way to go, for sure. Especially
I was about to say, this, like, economy lead could just peter out and be useless in short order. But the fish traps will extend the life.
We'll see, though. Look at how low he is on wood.
Oh, true. The Rams cost him. The 3 siege workshops. let's pull up a calculator. How many villagers chopping wood do I need to constantly produce Rams from 3 siege workshops? Let's find out.
I don't have enough spreadsheets to be able to figure this out.
Okay, got the castle up. Aztec castle looking good. Now 4 Rams uncontested. probably will take that out. But there's a lot of man-at-arms for the Aztecs here. And
Did he just pull a lot of hills off of gold to build the castle? Or did he pull them onto gold? Looks like he's pulling them onto gold.
We only have 8 on food right now for bees, I think, or on wood. I think he pulled a lot off of wood there.
Pulled off of wood, sure, okay.
We have a lot of idols just kind of, I think we're reorganizing right now.
Ah, that makes sense. Boy, that...
this guy loves the proxy mining.
Yeah, that long mining.
It's long distance, man. Mining camps are in the game. Oh, we got a second one of the day. We got the second one.
No.
Not earlier on, and here we go again. No. Call an ambulance, but not for me. For bees get degrees.
That's right, yep.
You hate to see it. That is not a lumber camp.
Wow, that food production all of a sudden, he's doubling real quick.
Yeah, okay. Whew. Love these farms. That's going to be a good move for Man-at-Arms.
A good way to go, for sure.
Oh, we got the Jaguar Warriors. Actually, an incredible, you know, we saw the Throwing Axemen come out with Tom Bombadil versus Hadrian, just completely nerfed the Huskarls. Wait a minute. I think that was, I'm completely wrong. That was Wiggle the Wise versus Arduous Fate. I referenced it correctly earlier on, so don't worry. The fake news is not too strong.
Right unit, so you're good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But the Throwing Axemen with the Franks, incredible against the Huskarls because they do melee damage at range. Huskarls have notably strong pierce armor, so they're weak to throwing axes. But the Jaguar Warriors, strong versus enemy unique units.
What an interesting thing to do, though. He tried to kite some of them onto the castle just to see what would happen.
Okay, testing the APM of the enemy.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing, though. Look, he's
got where's Red going
other
now?
Guys going north.
Okay.
Red petered out.
I think he was chasing this, maybe? Is this just a scouting run? Sees the mining camp on that forward gold.
Must be.
He's got a lot of units just kind of scattered around. I like this like crafty mindset from bees. We have the stand ground, which is strategic and sometimes works in his favor.
Yeah.
And then we have like that trying to bait into the castle fire too. That's really impressive.
Definitely like some high level tactics from people being not as experienced, but pulling from other RTSs. Absolutely.
Sure. Here's horse collar for squeekyg. I guess he's just decided it's time. He's waited long enough. No farms, but why not?
Horse color actually affects fishing traps.
Oh, it does. Okay, well, then probably a little late on that. Let me reverse my previous statement.
Yeah, I would agree on that. Wow, did you find that gold line? He did.
Yeah, that's a huge pick off of villagers. I mean, right now, Eco KD 5, mostly coming from that, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. And I think you might have seen that castle with that last kill. Maybe not?
The castle... Oh, no, it hasn't been scouted yet. Okay. That's actually crazy, considering where it is.
How forward it is? Yeah, absolutely. And no knowledge of the bottom farming operation.
Got a defensive castle down here, just in case.
Interesting positioning, though. I wonder why there.
I mean, I guess he didn't see the gold. If anything, you know, I'd think to put it on that gold. I think it's just an area control. Like he's trying to circle his whole base with castles and towers
give
right
himself the vision. He's got 5 on stone. He can afford it. Sure.
Yeah, sure. 469 stone right now. So the resource stockpile still going strong. 45, 49, 50 minutes in here. Plenty of gold back at base.
Yeah, an interesting choice, though, because it looks like Squeaky could go up, and Bees is trapped on food right now.
Bees?
He's using a lot of... Oh, he clicked Imperial! Yeah. Nice! I totally missed that.
Oh. And we've got a breakthrough here. The numbers... Oh, my...
Oh, no. What are we touching?
Unbelievable. We have to talk about this squeekyg. 200 out of 200, and 20 of those is rams. Okay, they're not even siege rams. All right? Come on.
But
you're going for the castle.
Right? I
I
just
think
got
that
all this gold and wood burning a hole in my pocket. I gotta throw it
I
away.
gotta do. Okay, I mean that's fair. Like he does have plenty of stockpile right now, and at 200 pop, you're just gonna be building that up constantly. Now the Jaguar Warriors, I expect to just eat Huskarls for lunch,
Yeah.
for dinner.
Very interesting, though. All of the Rams were essentially allowed that castle
Yeah, not pushed that at all.
because
Now
there's
we have
not a whole lot you
skirms
can do
for
with those
blue,
terms.
archers for red. Interesting to see Goth crossbowmen coming out,
And
but it
awesome
definitely
counter.
did work there.
It did,
Yeah.
and he got rid of those priests, no problem, or monks. But
Okay.
I mean, castle
I mean,
down
now
now.
they're done. All you got is rams.
Yeah,
But
you
your
gotta
enemy
pull
has no
villages
castle.
off. Yeah.
Okay. And not pulling villagers, the skirmishers are gonna take 30 years to kill one ram.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, like, I assume you don't make this many skirms unless you, like, get a read, right? He knew that the
Yeah.
archers were coming. We just didn't spot that. Must have been an earlier engagement.
And he does clean them all up.
They're getting
A
cleaned
lot
up.
of building loss, but
Still not housed, though.
yeah. Much better on housing, actually. Look at that.
Yeah.
Man, Squeaky just absolutely decimated, though, down to 130.
Oh, no. Rams take... What? They take one population, right?
Yeah, it should be one pop. I'm pretty sure everything takes one pop.
Hmm.
I think that's why the what are those mounted units that dismount and become a secondary unit? That's why they're
the-
so strong. Because you
the
can just double up
latest-
on their number and essentially have twice
think-
the army.
Wait, it's not the latest. That's the anti-armor. Yeah, the other one.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, those are really interesting, and I mean, just fascinating to try to counter.
Yeah, I seem to remember Silly Seth using them effectively last year.
There was a good amount, I think. Yeah, so Gunman played them a couple of times, and I think Silly Seth pulled them out, maybe even against you guys.
I think it was against us.
Yeah.
Got the mangoes coming out though, huh?
Okay. Some Aztec mangoes.
See, that's what I
And-
mean about this, like learning from each other though, because I don't think we saw mangonels at all last couple games, did we?
Yeah, we might have seen one or two in the first game, but it was so chaotic.
right.
I don't remember. It was
It
like
was, and
a
also-
downhill mango too.
Yeah, it was a downhill mango on top of his own units, if memory serves me correct.
Oof, yeah. Okay, a lot of units coming through. These halbs I don't like.
Interesting production direction too. Like, why walk around your wall? I mean, I
Hmm.
guess for the sake of having it complete, but you could just
Yeah.
delete a section and do something sneaky up top.
That's true. He's kind of choke pointed himself right now, Red.
Yeah,
But now they're both sort of posturing and moving.
just
Blue
checking it
going
out.
for that forward
Oh,
attack.
Yep.
The Rams
Let's see,
expensive,
with it.
costly.
Oh, I don't know if he's gonna have enough.
Oh man, okay. I'm a Jaguar Warrior fan.
Yeah, good turn on the other units. Wow. I didn't think that was going to be worth it. I thought that was too many Huskarls, but maybe it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Oh,
an
he's in the
interesting mixed
castle,
army
though.
from Red.
Oh,
Okay.
pain.
Oh, we got some elite
Oh,
upgrades and Imperial Age for
Nice.
both players.
There we go. Man, you love to see that longswordsman turn into two-handed.
Yeah, it looks good.
Because you just know the champs are coming.
Those champions with their backpacks start
Mhm.
rolling up. They look like backpacks. Okay. I don't know.
They do. And also just like, you know that means your trash units are no longer going to be worth anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean this army from Red is kind of a weird mix with the spears. I guess I like the archers, the crossbows, but
Interesting that the value for bees is so much higher. Oh, there's the Treb. Nice. Okay.
I don't think
Oh,
Red
maybe
knows
that was
about
a
this
fake
castle.
Treb castle.
It could have just been a production castle. We've seen that a couple
Yeah.
of times too, where players will just drop their castles in the back of the base just to make units.
Oh, and that's where he's got his army hiding up top. Okay, okay. I was confused because I think this is the first time we've seen him have the upper hand this strongly on military production. And
The first time we've seen, not necessarily the first time it's happened.
Good point. Good point. Curse you, first game.
Oh, unbelievable! 2 hours. One treb. Like, what's going on with this pathing? I'm curious. Where are you going?
I bet you the treb's for vision, because that range is pretty good on the vision, if memory serves.
Yeah, no, the treb has a very long range of vision because it can fire so far. It's very interesting in Age 4 siege units that have range that is further than their vision. Often feel a little glitchy and weird because they'll try to move up to get vision on something if there's not a unit over there already to shoot at it, and then they'll just die, like in range of a castle, even though they're a trebuchet. But not so in Age 2. They thought of that 20 years ago. Just give it a huge amount of vision all on its own, and there you go.
It can hit as far as it can see.
Yeah.
Except for scouts. You know what's interesting? If you go back up to where the invade was just then, I was looking at the mangonel because I thought for sure that we were going to watch that mangonel just slaughter that line of infantry, and it didn't attack once. So he must have been using stance on that as well.
I mean, if anything, like, that is one thing I would absolutely put on no attack stance and just attack ground everything I wanted to.
I'll tell you when I want you to attack.
I love this, like, he's moving in unison with the whole army. We're moving down here. Okay, units, roll out. Squad 1, in front. Let's go.
Yup.
Some scorpions here. Now, after this game, squeekyg called these springalds, which is the dedicated Age of Empires 2 anti-siege unit with extremely long range that just snipes, like trebuchets, for example. Scorpions don't necessarily fill that role. Age 4, I meant to say.
Oh, okay, okay. I was just confused because I hadn't heard of that unit at all. Period.
Yeah, there you go. So a little bit of a game difference there, and he's gonna try to use these to take out the siege, but not really the most effective unit for that.
Because unless you mass scorpions, you're not gonna get anything done with them.
Yeah.
Oh, Mango's not doing work though. Oh, there it goes. A little bit.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good move.
Wow, good chunks.
I think one goes down, takes out a little bit more of the back line with the second. These trebs have to move back.
Yeah.
And these scorpions are doing like one damage here. Oh, okay. They're doing a little bit.
Yeah, so that's when you start seeing the newness of a player, when you just grab all and move, and then the trebs move to the back line and just get slaughtered. But
the formation, yeah.
Well,
we do have a lack of Jaguar warriors here now, so the Huskarl's able to roam free, and the champions are here.
And interestingly, just knocked back, didn't pursue or push into that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, from red. I guess trying to repair the castle. It's moving down south. We have a small side attack, which is just going to draw enough attention.
That. Yeah.
Good eyeballs. This is critical infrastructure here.
Absolutely.
It's one tile. The meta is one tile. All right. Anyways, champions are going to be able to take care of Huskarls as well. They're just better. So
I mean, I would trust a champion to take out 4 heavy scorps. That's a scary force right there.
Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, that's a lot of champions. Wait, I'm backing up from my screen a little bit. I'm gonna actually look at the UI and see what's happening. squeekyg with Cavalier and a lot of cavalry upgrades. I mean,
he's got a lot of because of that to burn, so that makes sense.
But yeah, he can afford it. He can afford a cav army, and it would be a fairly good move into these bad boys.
I think that's probably the only thing I trust would be, because if you have champions, you can pick them off with paladins. You just got to get a couple of the upgrades, and you'll be okay. But really, what you want is against paladins, you want champions and pikemen or halberdiers if you can afford it. But
we've seen these pikemen sprinkled in a little bit in both players' armies, but not presently. I got Oh, heavy scorpion. Hate to break it to you, but Goths don't get paladin, so that's not going to be an option for them.
Oh,
But
man.
still the, you know...
Is he just going to hunt down those rams? He is. Oh, no, he backed out. Yeah, I was going to say he's about to just slaughter that.
Mass scorpions could do damage here against a big ball.
Is that, what's he got, 5?
Just because they do pass-through damage.
They do? Well, they're not firing, though.
Yeah, they're all moving and positioning. That was a nice little straight line through all this.
It was. Oh, he's going to lose the Treb and the Mango.
Okay. Good engagement for red. What's happening? Okay, big reinforce.
Yup. And pulling more mangoes. Love it.
Okay, three more mangonels.
Don't know, though. Oh, another castle. I like that.
Yeah, this is where the action is. Time to bulk it up.
Unfortunately, didn't get the dock down there. Good point about that critical infrastructure. That would have been nice.
Still alive, barely.
Still alive. Just holding on. Eagle Warriors, here we go.
Yeah, we got the Eagles. All right. Let me click one. They're so fast.
That's 15 attack, yeah.
I mean, great rating. Not going to stand up on the front line necessarily.
Interesting death balls this time, though. It's not like all one unit comp. It's just a whole bunch of stuff mixed mashed in together.
Yeah.
Those mangonels gonna do some work.
Uh-oh. Come on, bees. Do it. Do it for us.
Oh, come on, bees. There you go. Yeah.
There it is.
2.
There, we got a couple of good shots.
3.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Scorpion goes down. The Rams don't know what to do. Oh. Not bad. Yep, okay. Oh, here's another wave of Huskarls just rolling up, just casually. Friday night, here they come, boys.
That's the right attitude, though, with the pikes, unfortunately. Just throw them at the siege underneath the castle, just pick them off.
Yeah.
Couple more mangoes.
Those cav investments. Well, okay. No, I was about to say I don't see any cav, but here we go.
Yeah,
we got some cavalier.
Oof, what a slaughter.
Yeah, that was a great fight for red.
And another castle coming up for red.
You're just gonna look for those, more Huskarls coming in. Oh my gosh, just move with all these units straight in.
Yeah.
No more Jags. I think Huskarls are cheaper than champions. Maybe not with like the supplies and everything. I don't know if that applies, but
interesting that the resources have kind of picked up for both, where they're a little stacked on each. They don't have the production buildings quite.
Yeah, I want to see the villager count right now and see if they've like stagnated in the last little bit. So trying to parse this graph.
Or squeaky. What is that? I thought fishing traps were worth it. Oh, I have been lied to.
I can't really tell. All right, cool.
Relic gold, though, huh? Was that correct, or is that something else?
Hang on. What are we looking at? 2 relics for each player. We haven't really mentioned that.
I didn't even see
relic
pick
gold.
them up. Good
yeah,
job.
2,300 for bees. Must have picked them up a little bit earlier. Resources total collected, 20k in Squeaky's favor. I'm looking for, like, which one of these lines is villager count? Because I think it's been pretty even. Neither of them. All right. Society. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. So pretty much letting it stand at like 80, 70 vils.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, a little bit more than that, like 100, 120 in the long term. But
Rams can't even get close, though.
the attention here is on the champions. And these Aztec champions, you knock them down and more just come rolling out.
Backpacky boys just doing work.
Hey, with this Ultra HD texture pack, you can tell they've got some little half capes. They're looking good.
Love it.
Oh, I like those visors too. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right.
Got the Trebs on the castle. Oh, well, got the Trebs on the archers.
Okay, take them out. I think Squeaky G is like very concerned about losing these castles. Like his main priority right now is just to not lose the castles. Which, smart, I guess. Yeah, keep the status quo in the middle right now.
Looks like the dock did get lost in the south.
Dock went down to this one guy, but we have a rebuild. Much less efficient for the fishing traps, though. It's a longer trip.
Yeah. Does have villagers on that gold to the left, so we did see it.
Okay. Yeah, it's much later now. We have 400 gold left in the base for bees. Castle goes down in the middle.
Castle goes down.
We have zero gold workers. This is the last gold mine for Squeaky G, so they're both on... Okay, that stone just ran out for bees get degrees as well. I think he's out of stone on his side of the map. It's starting to get to that point where you're going to start running out of natural resources.
Yep. And that's really where having the upgrade to champion is just kind of like choice, because once you're out of gold, if you've got champions and your opponent does not have the money to buy anything worth gold, like that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Aztecs pulling ahead in the long game.
Yeah, I think so.
Just with like the unit trades, they're doing well with keeping those bees get degrees is doing a great job.
Definitely
currently winning fights.
Oh, he's got a force up top. Look at that north.
Oh, the raid.
Go. Raid.
Okay.
Oh, pulling off of the stone line.
2 vills, 3 vills down. Stone no longer.
Tower. Oh no.
That watchtower is
going to go up.
Expensive. And this could be the tipping point. Bees get degrees now as more villagers. More eco units, period.
Oh man. Good raid. I didn't even see him start that off.
Yeah. Takes
splitting all the villagers out. Castle or tower does not go up.
Yeah, okay.
And castle's going down, if I'm not mistaken.
These 3 trebs snowballing into 4 trebs. Just trying to repair this, but it's just a sort of slower losing game to repair a castle in this situation. Goodbye, castle.
Wow.
Losing a lot more villas there. This game is suddenly turning right now.
It's going quick, and it was that raid for the back stone that really did it.
Still going on. There we go. And Squeaky G sort of looking a little low on the gold. It's going to have to pivot into full pikeman comp. If you can believe that.
I mean, it'll work it against those trebs if they don't get out of the back line, but...
The champions may have lower numbers, but they're definitely something to be feared.
Yeah. Especially when you're trying to get to the trebs, like your pikemen aren't going to defend them.
Just beelining the trebs there, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Now it's not even
just
pikemen.
Trash.
Ah. And he's putting out his own trash too, so it's a mix. Look at that go.
Okay.
Just cleaned up.
Actually, this is almost a full just trash fight now, with a few champions sprinkled in to tip the balance.
And 4 trebuchets to bait people with.
Repairing, pull them back and repair them. Love that.
Yep. And then another raid south.
It takes a certain special kind of like endurance to keep like paying attention to those little details, repairing the trebs, raiding around the top, around the bottom even. Just keeping everything happening, going for the top raid again on that gold and its stone.
Yep. Like, it paid off so well last time, why not, right?
Great stuff from bees at 3 a.m. Central Time. We got some villagers just sprinkled in here for the quick repair.
Sure.
Oh, a little close. He can't see the circle. He can't see the circle. I mean, Squeaky G now pretty much out of food, even. Just the constant spam is just draining the pockets.
Well, and with that no stone, like, you just watching your castles melt. What are your options, really?
What are your options? Does have gold again, so I'm surprised not to see Huskarls or like your own two-handed swordsman or whatever the the second to last upgrade that the Goths get is. Because
Huskarl's
this is clearly not working.
Is Huskarl's food and gold?
It's food and gold, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. So maybe the restriction on food being a problem.
He's spending all that gold now. Okay, buying stone to repair the castle, which goes down anyways. Oh, no.
Boy, that's disheartening. But
Yeah.
I mean, kind of like the last game, right? You get in that person's head and just have this unstoppable force. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? These champions, man. You called it. I think that's what's making the difference.
Absolutely just the garbage men. Cleaning up the trash.
Cleaning up the skirms that are still coming out. Oh, no.
Yeah,
okay.
And you try to pivot to archers, you're kind of stuck,
like,
right?
Here, I'm going to rewind.
Sure.
We did lose a few trebs here. It was kind of an attack from the bottom and to dive with some scout cav. Okay, I was thinking it might be these guys, but 2 trebs down. I think I saw maybe just 1 actually. Okay.
And a further raid if you go farther east.
Oh, fully off gold.
Yep, and go south.
And
to the right. Yep. So there he's got champs.
So he's just acting in every. I got to zoom out like this to watch the game now.
Yeah, basically, like what a way to go. Put that attention as much as you.
Fully, like, just not a single point anywhere, just going in everywhere he can. And squeekyg not really, planning the base around defenses besides this forward palisade wall.
I mean, what an intense way to watch these players grow per game.
Absolutely.
Just absolute mad progress, absolutely entertaining.
That's another great point to make, yeah. Tournament like this, we get to see progress from players learning and adapting in real time.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Probably more than we're casting it, but because I'm sure when you're in the middle of this game, you're just thinking, oh man, what did I screw up this time?
Yeah.
Like the nut mining camp on the wood line. It's absolute classic. That needs to be memeified, I think.
Yeah, we got a couple mining camp thumbnails we could put out here.
2 on wood, nothing on gold, nothing on stone.
And it's just the fishing ships on food.
Yup.
Okay, we have a few farms now.
And if you've only got that little bit of wood, you're just looking at it going, how much more food can I make? The switch to Hussars makes sense.
Yeah. You're just trying to dive those trebs. The skirms, still committed to those skirms.
Still committed to the skirms.
These champions are just an unstoppable force right now. Yeah, I guess you need Arbalest and Heavy Cav probably for the front line. But
that's
obviously
probably what I would do. It's difficult to say though with the Arbalest.
Yeah, that's true.
Those elite skirmishes, because they are just trash, like you can crank them out at unreasonable speeds.
Yeah, and again, as the Aztecs, just that production speed really showing. Reinforcements are crazy right now.
And look at that, 197 popped to 56.
This really swung in the opposite direction. Ram Ranch might be a bit of a misplay here. 200 pop Ram Ranch didn't pan out for you.
Maybe a good first song, maybe an okay remix. Like probably like a banger remix, considering how fast that second game was. But
true enough,
the cover version was just not a hit.
The cover.
that's my order of operations. You have the original, you have the remix, and then you have the cover version.
I like it. Last castle goes down.
Now, I don't think Bees knows that's
No, yeah, he doesn't know like the full extent here. He's gone pretty deep fairly recently with the raids. There could still be more. It could be a surprise back here. We're going to find out pretty soon.
Lake is at least. He kind of stopped using his own lake, huh?
I think he never moved in. He's got a few fish traps.
Wow.
He may have been pop capped and just deleted some fishing ships.
Sure. That makes sense.
213 champions.
Holy smokes.
incredible. He found a unit that worked, and he stuck with it. I mean, Champion
Just
is
ran.
very expensive investment to get up to that research with all those upgrades, but once you get there, absolutely great against the Goths. And
Mad respect to just like holding it together, going piece by piece, and not trying to just blow the whole thing open. Because with that castle placement, that would have been dangerous. But that slow, steady. I'm gonna bring out trebuchets. I'm gonna bring out a whole bunch more champions. How about some skirmishers?
Yeah, you're like, I can hold for a little bit. Let's get the next good thing out here.
Yep.
Looked really
Wow.
dicey for bees in several spots there, but it just worked out in the end.
Tight, like the age ups were tight, the technologies were tight.
Yeah, the technology's evening up near the end there. Economy still more collective for squeekyg, but taking a lot of bad trades at the end. Military pretty tight in the mid game, really evened it out. But
well, like you mentioned, that time zone difference, like at that point, not only have you had an incredibly long game,
we're talking about the time zones, but the APMs are rising for both players up to like,
oh my god,
38 average at the end of the game. Incredible. Okay, guys.
That blue spike's probably where we started zooming out and we're like, hang on, how many places is he attacking right now?
Wait a minute, there's too much happening here. How's he doing all this?
75 APM spike.
Man,
I like that.
It just picked up at the end. It's like all the way. Crazy 30 minutes. Well, gamers, we're going to have to update that bracket.
Indeed. T-Bird, thank you so much for letting me cast with you, my friend.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun when you come on here, Oz. It's great.
Happy to do it.
Finally, we have round 1 complete.
What an amazing tournament so far. This is, as far as I know, the most players we've had in the tourney, right?
Yeah, I think we can say that without a doubt. What is it, 19 total in only age 2? That's not counting the complete other game that we're doing as well.